I believe it is my destiny to have to record this game as often as possible. My god, is Pokemon a weird franchise? Hello everybody, the Phantom Roselink here. This is my third time in my life recording Pokemon Fire Red. I like this game, I really do. But I have picked every starter except for one. And since this is on a new channel, oh dear lord. Anyway, did you know this game exists? Because they stupidly added this. Hello there! Glad to meet you! Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People affectionately refer to me as the Pokemon Professor. We will be hearing that time and time and time again. This world is inhabited far and wide by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for battling. As for myself, I study Pokemon as a profession. But first, tell me a little about yourself. Now tell me, are you a boy or a girl? The boy is an iconic trainer known as Red. I personally kind of prefer the design of our female protagonist. And going with the name on my Switch account that I'm recording this off of, our name will be Luna for the adventure. Right, so your name is Luna. Yes. This is my grandson. He's been your rival since you both were babies. What was his name now? That either shows Oak is clinically insane or just that stupid. No, his name is normally Gary, but as a joke, I would like to name him after an actual friend of mine. Sorry, buddy. Was it Nick? Yes, it is. That's right, I remember now. His name was Nick. Hooray for dyslexia of remembering that line a bit off. Luna, your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go! I like this game a lot, and since we're on the Switch, the X button works as it does in most of the other RPGs. Now, respectfully, fast text speed and the frame. I tend to like to match my frame to the version, but I want to go with a nice frame, kind of mimicking the old classic games, and I will swap this out. Just not to green because we're playing Fire Red. And of course, the first 3 Pokemon games all have, not deposit, withdrawal, and a free potion, which is a very nice early game healing item. But let's leave our room. Hi, Mom. Might as well say what she says. Right, all girls dream of traveling. It said so on TV. Yes, Professor Oak next door was looking for you. Gotta love the original Pokemon, Mom. Even I have a soft spot for her. Black and White still has the best one. And despite Oak being next door, if we go to his lab, he's not there. So we have to try to leave town. Hey, wait, don't go out. It's unsafe. Wild Pokemon live in the tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know. Here, come with me. And this music is very snazzy because it's classic Pokemon music. Yes. Hello, Nick. Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. Nick, let me think. Oh, that's right, I told you. To come, just wait. Here, Luna. There are 3 Pokemon here. Haha! The Pokemon are held inside these Pokeballs When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer, but now in my old age, I have only these three left. You can have them. Go on, choose. Hey, Grams, no fair. What about me? Be patient, Nick. You can have one too. The original trio of starters are iconic. Bulbasaur, my personal favorite starter of the entire franchise. Grass Poison type. Really good for both defensive and offensive capabilities. We are not going to be going for it. Charmander, the fire-flying master. With a mixed potential, but wanting to prioritize special moves, considering its type upward. And we're not going to go I'll come back to Charmander. Squirtle is your choice. It's one worth raising. So you decide on Squirtle. Squirtle is the very big tank of the group, not offensive in the ways of Venusaur. Charizard fully evolved into Blastoise, but still really good. Sad thing is, the way this game is set up, I'm going to save because I'm going to have to cut if I don't get a good nature on this thing. Because, yes, we are going with the overhyped Charmander. This Pokemon is really quite energetic. I'm not going to hate too much on Charmander. Oh, great, the first one is female. So, because I don't know the gender, this one will be named Reika. If you get the joke, congratulations. This has a good nature, been really good, because female starters are quite rare. And Nick is going to take Squirtle, because he's a jerk who picks the one who beats you. Congratulations. Now, let's check. Okay, I will accept that. That is a neutral nature female starter. My god, that's actually really good. I'm already liking you, Reika. My god. Anyway, we try to leave, and we want to have a fight. My lord, Nick, you are so eager to battle. Considering my real friend actually wanted to play Pokemon Champions until he learned it sucked. But he has Squirtle, so thankfully we're evenly matched. Oh, for Pete's sake, so push yourself. Luna, you've never had a Pokemon battle before, have you? Basically, use higher numbers to beat numbers. Basically, we have to make the Pokemon faint its Pokemon. If you don't know the battle mechanics, how? You must have not played an RPG before in your life. And of course, we have damaging moves. And yay, Squirtle missed. And of course, we also have Growl to lower Squirtle's attack, meaning we could make it even more useless offensively. And I am kind of already happy that Charmander is what we're using. As Charmander and I have a history. It's always been my least favorite of the trio. Not bad, but never my favorite. And level 6. Always good sign. Unbelievable. Yeah, you didn't pick the wrong Pokemon. I will just have counters for it later on. And we get money for beating people up. And smell you later, friends. Fun. Now, it's not stated what to do, but if you played Gen 1, you know exactly what's wrong with you. But, Route 1, and iconic music. Hello, Rattata. I am so grateful that Rattata exists. Because Nick is one of my test viewers, and, well, I got him to agree to do something smartly stupid. Talk to this gentleman, and he works with Pokemarts. So, 2 free potions. Always gotta love the free stuff. But yeah, beginning of a Pokemon game, we don't even have an item called the Running Shoes. Stupidly, in the remakes of Gen 1, they give it to you beyond late. AKA after the first gym, but you get to go to Viridian City. And that means, yep, it's time to go to the Pokemart to grab something for Professor Oak. Huh? You came from Palatine? You know Professor Oak, great. His order came in. I get you to take it to him. And we get Oak's parcel. And to explain the bag a little bit, you have your items, key items, Pokeballs, and that's it. In later games, they add specific pockets for moves and extra items. Instead, those items are all just crammed into the key items pocket. But we do want to try to battle a few more Pokemon to get Charmander up. And beating up rodents. That's always good. And plus, it will get us to level 7, which will make sure we get something really helpful. The issue is, Charmander in early gen Pokemon has an infamy of being weak to early game gyms. Unless we're talking about the Johto region, in which it's neutral against the first and obliterates the second. And hello, Pidgey. You are really solid. I've been using it on a team that's sadly taking me ages to complete because Pokemon Burnout can be unbelievable. You've got a modded 3DS and way too much time on your hands. Playing X and Y for the 17th time in a year. But, of course, we have to go deliver a parcel quickly. I do like Pallet. It's silly. But, let's go talk to... Oh, Luna, how's my old Pokemon? Well, it seems to be growing more attached to you. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer. Set, you got something for me. Here you go. It's a custom Pokeball. I had on order. Thank you. Gramps! Almost. Forgot. What did you call me for? Oh, great. I have a request for you two. On the desk is my invention, the Pokedex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Luna and Nick, take these with you. And we get the Pokedex. You can't get detailed data on Pokemon by just seeing them. You must catch them to obtain complete data. So here are some tools for catching wild Pokemon. 5 Pokeballs. Thanks, Oak. When a wild Pokemon appears, it's fair game. Just throw a Pokeball at it and try to catch it. This won't always work, however. A healthy Pokemon can escape. You have to be lucky. To make a complete guide of all the Pokemon in the world, that was my dream. But I'm too old. I can't get the job done. So I want you two to fulfill my dream for me. Get moving, you two. This is a great undertaking in Pokemon history. Alright, Gramps, leave it all to me. Luna, I hate to say this, but you won't be necessary for this. I know, I'll borrow a town map from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one, Luna. Don't bother coming around to my place after this. Huh, good to know. I know a lot of people hate Gario. Sadly, he is one of my favorite rivals in the franchise. And we want to go talk to Daisy. Grandpa asked you to run an errand? Gee, that's lazy of him. Here, this will help you. And we get the town map. Something I love having as somebody who genuinely enjoys having a solid map. But it's in the key items pocket. Of course, we should always take a look at our town map. In fact, registering it to our Y button, or select if you're on the original hardware. But welcome to Kanto, a very iconic world in gaming. I'm excited to explore it. It is a very wonderful place. Although, I feel like some of these routes are a bit of a lie. It's weird. But we are going to have to catch Pokemon, and yeah, that's what happens if you hit LRR. Thank God the ZL and ZR buttons on the Pro Controller don't as well. It would just be annoying. But we are going to want to fight mobile Pokemon. And of course, Reika is a badass at doing it. Why? Because Reika is named after something that I will go into probably during the second episode. Because, honest to God, I got lucky with Reika. Neutral natures don't buff any stat because of the way they work. They are minus and plus of the same stat, which is why there are 5 neutral natures. Now, for reasons of getting specific items, I am going to want to catch Pokemon that will not be on team. Which is sad, but I have a good-ish team planned in mind, aka I let my friends choose Pokemon for me and something like that. Stay. But can we catch the bird? It's a Pidgey, as I expected. But hello, Pidgey. We will not be giving it a name to Pidgey. I can only hope we get a Rattata up here. Because I do want to catch one. Again, not for the team, obviously. And hello, little rat. Also, it took 6 generations for them to add the ability to gain experience when catching Pokemon. Which to me is just weird. The Pokemon is still battling after all. And I actually have to be mindful of the timer because I tend to like shorter videos. And yeah, like Oak said, not all Pokemon will catch. Which sucks. Considering, oh boy, there will be some tough battles. Rattata! I have limited money early on. I can't be buying Pokeballs for everything. I've almost run out of Pokeballs. First episode. Level 3 Rattata. That is awful luck, if I say so myself. Rattata, no. Although I am curious about these two Pokemon. They're both female. Huh? Wow. You just have an awful nature, Rattata. You just have an awful nature. But it's time to heal. And of course, I am debating on already having to grind, considering until we get past the first gym, we're gonna be stuck with a lizard. Which means, yeah, it's gonna be awkward. But I will keep these Pokemon in the party as just a bit of a growth spree. But I still wish we could run earlier. We should have given you the running shoes after the tutorial. Not where they give you them. And hello, catching tutorial guy. We've already caught Pokemon. Now, with one Pokeball, it is not to try to catch more of the Dex, as certain items are required for the game for certain items, and they are locked behind stupidly catching a certain number of Pokemon. I'm gonna be dying. Buying 10 Pokeballs here. And the good thing is, because of us having Charmander, we're not gonna have to worry about antidotes as much as normal people. If you choose Bulbasaur, you also don't have to worry about antidotes, and Squirtle gets screwed because it really doesn't have the best luck with early game Pokemon. But, yeah. grinding a bunch will be required, and Mankey! Talking about this Pokemon, since we just encountered it, Mankey is awesome. Pretty fast and very good at offense. I used it in my first Switch Pokemon team, Fire Red. It served me extremely well. The thing didn't know how to stop being good. Even if I forgot to give it Rock Slide, it was a game. And of course, Shakes. But, you know what? I made a joke that the Charmander would be named Toma, the guy, and the fact is, Reika is the name of the character's sword. It sounded feminine, and hello, Mankey. Mankey may or may not have to be a temporary party member, but that also depends on how good Charmander decides to be. And I think the only other Pokemon here is Rattata, so let's just use Ember. Now it's okay to actually pick out Pokemon, because of course, without the physical special split, there really isn't much strategy other than, hey, I have good attack, it has good attack, and it's also good to just check what Pokemon around here. I believe there's another Pokemon named Ekans, I'm not really sure, but getting to level 8 is bad. I'm actually scared of the fight on the head, because normally, you suck with it. With Charmander, because really you need something to balance out Charmander for the game. Let me see if this other is here. Okay, no. I will be right back after I get Charmander probably up to level 10. Be right back. Okay, I was right about there being another Pokemon. It was not the one I was thinking of. This is Spearow. Pidgey's weird brother, cousin thing. It is honestly a very good Pokemon that can be extremely solid if you know how to use it. Of course, I'm catching as many Pokemon as I can to fill up the decks. But yeah, thought I might as well acknowledge Spearow existing. Be right back once again. And that took a few minutes, but Reika is at level 10. Really good for her. But now we have to go to the Pokemon Center and heal before we do a major battle. Which is technically optional, but optional in air quotes. Everybody I know does it. At least unless you're some Pokemon YouTubers who like to keep Pokemon within the game. I genuinely couldn't remember the guy's name, and then I'm like, oh yeah, it's J-Ro. I really do like his videos. Sometimes I just turn them on if I'm ever bored. That and Charmander. Because who doesn't love watching Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver when you're playing Cornucopia for over 100 hours? I don't have a problem, the game is just that good. But yeah, time to go up here and say hello to somebody. Hello, old buddy. Hey, Luna! You're off the Pokemon League, forget it. You probably don't have any badges, do you? The guard through without him. By the way, did your Pokemon get any stronger? Why, yes it did! My good friend. In fact, I have a move of my own type. And he starts off the battle with a level Pidgey. The thing is, with Ember, it does about half of my Pokemon's. Or it does half of Pidgey's health. Now, this is why I believe catching extra Pokemon be smart. Sand attack lowers accuracy. But it says you can't switch out to another Pokemon and have them paint for you. Yeah, I don't plan on treating these spare Pokemon like crap most of the time. I just hate when Gary uses accuracy lowering strategies early. It's my same thought with evasion strats lately. And hello, Squirtle. And of course, Reika is mercilessly powerful, and... Okay, lower my defense, I will lower your attack. Mostly because... Oh yeah, we're just gonna play this game. Okay, buddy, I can play your game. Lower my defense all you want. And you missed! Hooray for being smart. Yeah, Squirtle is really good. It's not an offensive Pokemon until later on. I think it's a good mix of physical and special moves, but surprisingly I've had an easy time with Reiko, which scares me. I had level 11 off of the second rival fight. But with that, I heard the Pokemon League is crawling with tough trainers. I have to figure out how to get past them. You should quit dawdling and get a move on. Well, with our rival battle twice, I'm gonna call it there. Almost half an hour on the first episode. I normally don't like making long first episodes. But I will see you all next time. We head towards the Meridian Forest.